Leadership of Bill Clinton and Ronald Reagan by Mya Nuñez. Domestic and international politics. Reagan was a man who believed in less federal government and a more powerful state government. With his tax cuts and less spending, he had Americans worried that he was targeting the middle-class citizens. Reagan still encouraged Americans that it would get better. Midway through his first election, things began looking up, and Americans praised him for that. Reaganomics. Reaganomics was President Reagan's plan to fix our economic problems. Reagan arranged a 30% tax cut for the first 3 years he was in office. However, his plan failed, which tripled the United States' debt. Peace through strength. Reagan thought to maintain peace would be achieved through power, politically and military-wise. Peace in Ireland. President Reagan, who has ancestry from Ireland, encouraged Americans to visit the beautiful place and also pushed for peace with the people of Ireland. He promised that he was trying to help them rather than hurt them. He also promised that there would be no attacks with nuclear or new war weapons upon them. Involvement in the Middle East and the supporting of Israel. Supporting other countries is what America is best at. We try to stop world hunger, adopt kids from around the world, send other countries clothes and shoes, while I think we need to step back and take care of America before we can start helping other countries. America is slowly falling behind everyone else that we have helped get on their feet. Don't get me wrong, helping other countries is great. We just need to step back and look at us before we can do so. The Iran-Contra Affair. The Iran-Contra Affair was a secret affair in the 1980s that helped Iran from the distributing of arms to Iran. It was set up to provide funds. There were two parts of this affair. One which aided the Contras who were at war with the Sandinista government, and two, it was supposed to appease the moderates within the Iranian government. It was supposed to convince them to release all American hostages that they held. The resurgence of conservation. The resurgence of conservation gained its power from the emergence of the New Right movement. The one who was responsible for starting this was no one other than Ronald Reagan. The Iran hostage crisis was when Iranians stormed into the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and took 60 Americans. Jimmy Carter was president at the time. Many people say that because of this, it cost Carter his second term as president. 444 days later, during Ronald Reagan's inaugural speech, they were released. Impact of 9/11 on the Constitution. 9/11 took a huge toll on the Americans and what we had believed. In many ways, it changed us and scared us, which is what the terrorists were trying to do. There were many questions raised, but I think the impact it had on our Constitution was that of how do we properly attack back? What precautions do we take? Are we allowed to completely take someone's liberty away? I would say yes. It is just like our law enforcement. If they are seen as a threat, we lock them in prison for so long, so I would say yes.